Dear Gohan and Trunks, I think we get it. You really want to be the #1 unit in the game. We get it, we understand. You have everything but survivability. You are at the top of the world and they're just giving you stacks on top of stacks on top of stacks. This is actually reminding me of the 6th anniversary. We get the 2 fusion warriors, right? But the hype things, generally speaking, in part 1. Fusing Super Vegito, fusing GB. Everyone's having fun. In this case, we're using Ultra Gogeta Blue and Broly. Even if you don't like the fusion quote-unquote slop, you got Broly to play with, and that's completely fine. Everybody's enjoying, and even regarding things outside of that, we've had very good metas going forward. LR Bardock was somewhat relevant, Xenoverse 2 Goku Black was relevant, and still is. Legend Super Vegito's running around. You've got options in ranked PvP, and everyone's having a blast. But in the 6th anniversary, we enter part 2, God Goku drops an absolute stinker, so GB doesn't get an extra God Key partner. Shock! And then Ultimate Gohan just takes the game by storm. And paired with him is the Zenkai Kid Buu, making Majin Buu Saga insane. But if we look at this celebration, it's looking awfully similar. We get Gohan and Trunks, the legend rarity unit that is just better, right? And the upcoming Zenkai, Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. But we didn't even need it in this case, that's the thing. The Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is already doing good numbers, and there's other future members that are relevant. So it's just overkill in this case. How are you doing this in modern Dragon Ball Legends? Like I said, we get it. You want to be the #1 unit. If you're not already, in a lot of people's eyes you are. I wouldn't necessarily say the majority, but I'm not gonna lie. If you wanted to say they were #1 right now, you've already convinced me. It's only going to get worse from here on out. But hey, there is one solution, and all of you guys should be looking forward to it. In the 6th anniversary, after the part 2, a certain fusion warrior came in and took over the game 100 times, 200 times, 1000 times. Big Bang.
Zakashi, please stop glazing fusion warriors. Please stop glazing fusion warriors. Give us something else.
Fine. You don't want UG4, which doesn't even make sense to drop anyways. I was just saying that to annoy some people. But here are your options. Hybrid Ball Legends, which we're gonna get and you can't do anything to stop it. So if you somehow want to do something else that isn't Hybrid Ball Legends, Gohan Ball Legends more specifically, here are your options. We get Ultra MUI Goku in part 3 of the 8th anniversary. This shifts Gohan Ball Legends to Son Family Ball Legends. Yes, the thing just slightly worse than Fusion Ball Legends and Gohan Ball Legends. Which slop do you want? Jokes aside, the meta, yes, it might be looking horrendous in the near future, but I will say they are dropping some banger units. Like, Dragon Ball Legends is genuinely fun right now. You cannot say it's not fun right now. I know I'm joking and saying things here and there, and some people can't engage the sarcasm, so some people think I'm rage baiting, some people think I'm serious, and some people understand my personality in general. But being genuinely honest, they're dropping some bangers this 8th anniversary. It's a good mix-up, left, right. You don't know what punch is gonna hit you in the face. Truly unpredictable. They're cooking. I'll give it to them. But yeah, back to Gohan and Trunks. This unit here is actually quite insane. They have all the pieces in every single direction to play in PvP. The most versatile unit available in ranked PvP right now. The best leader slot option, the best for color teams. They're literally 2 elements and a contender for the #1 unit in Dragon Ball Legends PvP. Of course they're gonna be good. Red and purple too. Both elements that are pretty much doing okay right now. We haven't got a blue 8th anniversary unit, a premium one, and we haven't got a yellow one either, a premium one. So just conveniently, Gohan and Trunks are yet to be counted. Yet until the part 3. We have to wait and see what that's going to be though. Also, it's a very interesting decision by the developers to drop 2 greens and 2 reds and make one of the reds in part 2 also purple, which counts as the 2 greens. Very interesting decision. I understand the teams that they benefit could have been a factor, but I feel like that factor was held above the color variations for the celebration. But hey, that's just a side note. Gohan and Trunks, their disrupt is actually insane too. Maybe I'm gassing up their disrupt a bit too much, but in reality, it feels like every time you're attacking attacking them, your combo's just getting shut down. You cannot break through them. This is a unit with no survivability. They're actually cooking on the defensive end. Stats too. They have Hall of Fame brick wall. You cannot break through them. They don't have a second life. Their defenses are just nice. Just nice, straight up. And let's not even talk about the offensive capabilities. These guys will hit you with a mix-up, and then your endurance will get popped without you even realizing it because of the ground actions. Getting knocked to the sky, man, Gohan and Trunks will mess you up. If they don't take you out through that, even if you have endurance, they might do one extra arts card and catch you pretty much straight after. So you're probably gonna lose your endurance if you are fighting against them. Spoiler, every single unit in this celebration has endurance except Gohan and Trunks. So they're the real endurance killers in exchange for them not having endurance. This sounds like an anime called Fullmetal Alchemist where everything is based on the laws of equivalent exchange. And goddamn, in the scenario where you are the counter to everybody with survivability, that doesn't sound very equivalent to me, man. It seems like they got the payoff, and PvP is really showing that. And then if we actually had to talk about every single unit relevant right now, every single unit has some sort of correlation to Gohan and Trunks. And if they don't, they are disadvantaged or run on the same team via leader slot because it's so optimal to just run Gohan and Trunks. So let's really talk about it, right? I'm gonna list off every single meta relevant unit and you will see that they just benefit the most. It's just always Gohan. How does he do this? Right, so we've got Ultra Goji to blue. They're also red, so if you run Trunks and Gohan on the leader slot, having two reds can be helpful, especially in a meta where there's not any new quote-unquote blues. We've got Broly. This guy doesn't work with them, but he's literally disadvantaged, so they just benefit because of that. The Xenoverse 2 Goku Black Rose. He pairs with them because he's also future with them. Red Broly, in the same conversation as Ultra Goji to blue, if you make the team movies and put Gohan and Trunks on the leader slot, you're running triple red and you can get benefits out of that. The yellow Goku Black, he's busted enough just off pure stats. Well, of course, him being future is a big benefit to Gohan and Trunks. Legend Super Vegito, in a similar light to Ultra Goji to blue, instead of running two reds, you can run two purples. And having a red is very effective because you can use that red on the Gohan and Trunks unit to protect your purples, which is also Gohan and Trunks alongside Legend Super Vegito. Of course, you'd be making the core fusion, or you could also just make the core future and run Legend Super Vegeta on the leader slot. You got Shallot. 1, this guy is a victim because he's type disadvantaged to Gohan. And 2, he's a game original, so he's pairing with them even if he is a victim to them. He's also a partner that can be run together with them. So in that aspect, he's also fine. We've got Yellow Pan. Should go without saying, this is a hybrid Saiyan. So Gohan and Trunks can feed off them. Gohan and Trunks will get the support and the extra disrupt is very useful. Also, Pan being yellow is very useful to counter the purple side of Gohan and Trunks because you'll be facing up against Gohan and Trunks, which also benefits Gohan and Trunks. It's true equivalent exchange. If you're using them, you benefit because you can use Pan with your Gohan and Trunks, but I won't disregard the aspect where they're a liability because Gohan and Trunks are also red. Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the 2025 festival. It's just self-explanatory. This guy's a hybrid Saiyan, so Gohan and Trunks can just feed off that. And there's a bunch of others too. Shallot, game originals. We've got Ultra Sword of Hope Trunks, who's just a future buffer and hybrid buffer. We've also got the game originals Goku and Bardock, so on and so forth. You guys can put all the pieces together. In general, Gohan and Trunks right now are probably the most fortunate unit ever. And then putting the icing on the cake, the Super Saiyan 2 Bojack Gohan Zenkai. That is the final cream of the crop, stabilizing Gohan and Trunks as the unit that took over this celebration. To finalize, the only good thing I want to say regarding this unit and everything surrounding this topic is that at least within this unit, it's not just Gohan. Trunks, man, thank you for being on this unit, adding some variety, you know. We mess with you, Trunks. If you guys don't know, besides from Goku, Trunks is actually my favorite character. I read the manga last year, all the way to the recent arcs, not Dragon Ball OG, but Dragon Ball Super in totality, and going through the Future Trunks arc, it's easily my best arc in Dragon Ball Super, including the extra manga stuff like the Moral arc, etc. Because it's really emphasized that Trunks is just Goku in his timeline. I already messed with him as my #1 besides Goku from Z when he sliced up Frieza, and it's that version that we see on this tag unit. But Trunks in general, Future Trunks, he's just clean because he uses a sword. I think if you use a sword, you get bonus points in a lot of people's eyes, and in my case, he's hit my #1. Vegeta fluctuates between passing him, but we're not talking about Vegeta today. We're talking about Trunks. Trunks is him. So in that case, there's a bit less fatigue when it comes to this unit. So I'll let it slide. Just this once, like Yuta said. But yeah, man, I really spent this video ranting. This type of video is just pretty enjoyable to make actually. And I was told I should make more videos explaining how I feel about the meta. So let me know in the comment section if you agree with what I'm saying. If you disagree, it's another thing. If you want to know how I overall feel in like a short, too long didn't read, I'm enjoying my time. Gohan becoming relevant is like, oh man, again, I like the conversations and I'm enjoying Dragon Ball Legends quite thoroughly, but I don't want the meta to become stale, and that's where my worries are. So yeah, but hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.